if we go into the next pandemic in a discombobulated way where no one knows what the truth is or who's saying what, it's going to be even worse than what we've seen.
It blows my mind how phony these individuals are. And what blows my mind even more than that is the fact that people can't see through this bullshit. How can't you see that this guy is playing us like a fiddle? Hello Redom family, welcome back to the channel. As you can see the title of this video, we're going to be talking about a scientist who's quite controversial, for the right and wrong reasons. Although me personally, I think it's just a piece of But yeah, this guy's got to be one of the most evil people ever, man. This guy is absolutely, and it's quite crazy how, with the amount of evidence against this man, how he's still pedestalized and put up, at the mountain peak of society. It's crazy how we all of us depend on individuals like this, in terms of health. Our kids are directly connected to this. Our families, our loved ones are directly connected to health. And these people, quite frankly, are taking the piss. They're taking our health. They're literally treating our health like it means nothing. They're treating us like cattle. I'm not about to talk about excuse me, I'm not about to get into the whole pandemic thing, but let's just watch this video and see what this video is all about. I haven't seen this video, so let's see.
Dr. Anthony Fauci was undoubtedly the face of the COVID response as chief medical advisor to the president. We met up here...
Oh, sorry guys, guess who's getting sued, by the way? Anthony Fauci. Guess who's getting sued for? Go do your research.
New York, as he received the prestigious
I'm not saying it
Calderon
right now. I'm
Prize
not saying it
from
right now.
Columbia's Mailman
It's too risky.
School of Public Health. Dr. Fauci, welcome back to our program.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
And obviously congratulations on this major award for public health. At the gala event, you gave a pretty profound and passionate plea to the public health community in the audience. What were you trying to tell them?
Well, the point I was trying to make is that we have been through an extraordinary ordeal with the 3.25 years of COVID-19.
Humanity, well, I don't want to say we're effed, but if we keep listening to individuals like this, we will be eventually. We will be eventually, like, to a point of no return. Why do we keep surrendering our powers to...
And there is a lot of activity now looking at lessons learned, what went right, what went wrong, how can we better prepare for and respond to future pandemics. And unfortunately, I think, as everyone realizes, there's been a lot of politicization that has gone on over these last 3 years of things that should have been purely public health issues. There's been a lot of misinformation and disinformation and distortion of truth and reality. My plea to them was that we really needed the serious academic, scholarly approach to an analysis of what went on, rather than giving way to some of the obvious politicization that goes on. We're living in an arena now which is very troubling, and that is what I call the normalization of untruths, where there is so much distortion of reality that the public gets inured to it. It's kind of like it's normal, it's natural, no problem. People are just saying that. That's a very dangerous situation to get into, because when you do accept the normalization of untruths and you don't have pushback from people who actually are using evidence-based and data-based statements.
Who's evidence-based and who's data-based? That's the question everybody needs to ask. Whose? Because fact checkers has a creator, right? Someone created fact checkers. So when you want to use fact check, you need to fact check the person who created fact checks. Because you need to know where the source is coming from. The source of the source is coming from. But people don't do their research. That's how we... Excuse me. I just ate. That's why we always end up in some kind of predicament. Because we don't do enough research. We simply don't do enough research. Look at the whole BLM thing going on. A lot of people are doing, Black Lives Matter, power to the people, but they don't even know who sponsored BLM. And literally, by researching who sponsored BLM, will literally just ruin the entire party for you. It will literally just ruin the entire party, like all the whole hype and all the facade down the drain. Do your research.
Then reality gets totally distorted. So I think that's dangerous, not only in the arena of public health. I actually think, not to get too melodramatic about it, that it really is sort of erodes at the foundations of democracy.
You have had to go through, and you've talked about it. I mean, let me just read what you said to Congress. I've had threats upon my life, harassment of my family, my children, obscene phone calls because people are lying about me.
Because people are dying. Because people are dying. And because you don't know what the hell you're doing. Take off your mask, put it back on, take it off, put it... You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Because it's all lie. It's all lies. It's all built on lies. The foundation ain't strong. You're going to create a V-shot, right? Papayas or whatever, right? In less than a year. And then label it the miracle V-shots. The miracle V-shots. You heard things like, during the pandemic, you had things like socially distancing, which means no sense. Makes no sense. That's an oxymoron. You hear things like the new normal. That's how they implement. That's how they put these things in your mind. That's how they, program you subconsciously with these words, with this lettering. And this guy over here is a big part of the agenda. A big part of it.
Me, i.e. lying about you and about the science. You have, a phalanx of guards 24/7, or keeping you safe.
Of course.
What does that say to public health officials and to yourself about waging this war in the future, or this struggle for life?
Well, to me, it tells us we have to do it, and we cannot be dissuaded from doing it because of the threats. I am a visible public figure, but many of my less well-known colleagues who speak out...
Just look at his hands. Just look at his hands. Does this sound like someone who's telling the truth? Does this sound like someone who's scared of people attacking him? Actually, maybe he is scared of people attacking him, obviously, because he stepped on the toes of people, so you should expect that, most definitely. But just look how nervous he is.
The truth about things.
That's exactly how Bill Gates acts as well when he's getting interviewed. It's weird.
Instantaneously from the time they do that, I don't know whether it's bots or real people start just making harassing threats to them. We can't yield in the face of that, because it's such an important...
I think I might have played the wrong video. Actually, it's the right video, because I've not heard anything about the next pandemic yet, because apparently... yes, guys, apparently another pandemic is coming our way. And humanity need to stand up, because if humanity don't push back, that basically signifies compliance. That means we're accepting it. Silence means acceptance. And these people, they are not gonna stop. And that's the problem with, when people told me, like in the past, I'd have conversation with individuals and they'd be like, oh, why are you so angry? Why are you so passionate about this matter? I'm thinking, okay, I can keep quiet for about a year or two and everything is gonna seem alright. Then all of a sudden things are gonna start going down the drain very quickly, because things are already happening. We're seeing a lot of changes around us, a lot of abnormal things happening. But what happens when we reach a point of no return? When we literally hit that demarcation point where we can't go back? What happens then? If everybody's quiet and silent, who's gonna fight for humanity? If no one is passionate about subjects like this, who's gonna actually... Do we actually have a fighting chance? Do we actually have hope? If they're not individuals like me speaking out on this subject, have we got hope, really? Or are we still putting our hope in some external deity coming down to save us? and take us with him to heaven or wherever we're promised to go.
Issue, and that's one of the reasons why I will continue to try and inspire and encourage particularly younger people to get involved.
The reason why he's going to continue is because he's part of the agenda. He signed his name in blood. Probably. It's probably some next extraterrestrial or something. Not even extraterrestrial, because apparently that's the word for the good ones. The benevolent ones. The regressive ones are called aliens. This dude is probably an alien. Obviously, it's allegedly, like it's not nothing, I'm not saying it for sure. I don't know that for sure, that he's an alien. Obviously. But he gives me that vibe, he's got a dark spirit. I feel like he's got no soul. The things he's done. And he will pay, guys. But we have to make him pay. If you still believe in the pandemic, wake up before it's too late. Make it make sense.
Involved in medicine and science and public health and perhaps even public service, which I think is so important.
Because the key obviously is, right, again, lives. What keeps you up at night about how, given the experience of what happened during the COVID pandemic, nationally and globally, the next pandemic will be addressed?
Right. That's what I worry about. If we go into the next pandemic in a discombobulated way where no one knows what the truth is or who's saying what, it's going to be even worse than what we've seen.
It blows my mind how phony these individuals are. And what blows my mind even more than that is the fact that people can't see through this bullshit. How can't you see that this guy is playing us like a fiddle? Even look at the look on his face. And then they always start by asking questions. When is the next pandemic? Ooh, I wonder if a dog can be a man. Oh my goodness. What would happen if we block out the sun? Oh wow. Would it affect us negatively or positively if we release GMO mosquitoes like Bill Gates? Oh, it always starts with it always starts with a question. And then from there, they open up a room for discussion. And from there, things start getting implemented into society.
Right now, I tend to look at this in two buckets of preparedness and response. One is the scientific preparedness and response,
which is
and the other
nonsense.
is the public health preparedness and response.
Which is nonsense.
What was a resounding success was the science. I mean, to be able to have the sustained investment in basic and clinical biomedical research.
Hey, Mr. Fauci, how about you paying money to Wuhan? How about that? How about you paying money out of your funds or whoever funded you? How about you paying money to Wuhan, sending money to Wuhan to create this thing, and then giving us the V shots? He created this thing and he's giving us the answer to it. Typical cabal plot. Cause the problem, give the solution. Cause the problem, give the solution. Cause the problem, give the solution. Like I say all the time on this channel, they are a one-trick pony. That's the only weapon they've got in their arsenal. Fear. Division, separation. Socially distance. How can you be social and distant? It makes no sense.
Allowed us,
no sense,
literally, within days of getting the sequence of the virus, to begin the vaccine development program, to be in a phase 1 trial in 65 days, and at the end of 11 months to have a vaccine that was safe and effective. That is beyond unprecedented. I mean,
and I wonder why. That's because it was ready already. It was already prepared. This is the fastest to be created. This is the fastest V-shots to be created. It's been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. It's been waiting. just getting ready to be deployed at the right time. There's plans, decades of plans behind them V-shots. I'm trying not to use the word because, censoring, like, they censor people out here. But anyways, let's keep going.
If we were having this conversation 10 years ago, I would have told you that's nuts. There's no chance that that's going to happen. That was the result of a sustained investment in basic and clinical biomedical research. What did not go as well was the public health, the infrastructure.
Look, guys, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I cannot listen to this guy any longer. The video's almost over anyway. I can't even stand to look at this man. But anyways, guys, take care of yourselves, please. Look out for your family members. Those of you who are awakened, please take care of your family members. Please try to show them the way. If they refuse, that's their business. You cannot force anybody to do what they don't want to do. They're entitled to that. From the grand scheme of things, it's like a fundamental rule of the universe. Free will. You cannot force someone to do what they don't want to do. You can't. Maybe if they're causing harm to someone you love, or then, of course, most definitely. But what I mean is that decision, they have to make it themselves. So if you believe this individual is a good person, that's your belief, that's your choice, that's your reality. But for us who know, for us who have woken up, for us who can see through the Maya, through the illusion, we know what this man is all about, and it's not good things. But anyway, guys, take care. Love every single one of you. Run it up. Share this. Spread the message. Comment in the section. Let's push this algorithm. Let's use the algorithms to push this video out here. Let's get this channel real successful. But anyways, guys, thank you. One love.